Welcome to the channel, everyone. Model Car Guy Rich here. Today I've got an unboxing of the 66 Chevrolet Malibu SS 2-in-1. This is a Revell kit, and it's 1/24 scale, and kit number 854520. Now, I was very excited when I seen this kit because it reminded me so much of a old monogram kit from the 70s that I had, and when I looked at the side of the box, sure enough, it is that very kit. This was originally a monogram kit released in 1977, like this, and then it became Revell monogram, and they put it out again a couple different times, and now this version was released, let's see right there, 2021. And it has a different hood, so I'm hoping that the snorkel type hood that was original to this kit is included. When I went through my parts bin, I found this, which is the firewall and the interior support braces, and this here is part of the opening hood, because this kit had a flip top front section on it. The nose, what do you call that? The front bumper and grill and the hood and the fenders and that all open forward like a Corvette hood. So I thought that was pretty cool. One of my favorite kits back in the day. I had a couple of them. I remember building them, and this one here I think was it saw better days, because I think I put a cherry bomb in there or something, or firecrackers, and destroyed the kit as a child. But this is what's left of it, so I'm hoping to rebuild this one and relive some of those memories. So let me go ahead and get this unboxing going for you guys. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Set you down right here, and we'll get right into this one. Alright. Oh, it's on the side too. I didn't even see that. Ready? Alright, this one's molded in kind of an off-white. I remember the original kit that I had was molded in black. Oh, yep, it's going to have the same kind of front flip thing to it, whatever you want to call that. The tilt nose, I think, is what we used to call it. This one here's got some major flashing. Unless this is, you know what? No, that's not flashing, guys. Don't cut those off. This is little supports for your side exhaust. So if you're going to run the side exhaust, you want to make sure you leave those on. I'm glad I caught that right away. There's some flashing issues there, nothing major. The body's nice. Feels pretty good. Just decent thickness. And it says red. That's funny. I don't know if you can read that. Like red or black. So, yeah, that's alright. Here's the glass. It's a one-piece rear glass and front windshield. I don't know if you can see it real good through the glass there. And then a couple of marker lights and headlights. Doesn't look like a very high parts count, but that's okay. Remember, this is an old kit that's been re-released many times over. I don't remember any issues I had building it back then in '77, but we'll find out. Now the bucket here, this feels a little thinner than the original, because I remember that. I think I actually still have one of those too in my parts bin. And here are the exhausts for the side. This is the front radiator piece. That is, if you look at the old one, that's this piece right here. So it's most likely the same kit. Has wheel inserts, steering wheel, fire extinguisher, wheel backings. Okay. On this tree we have the dashboard with not much detail at all, but that's okay. And these are the side pieces. That's these pieces right here. That's what those are. And they look, wow, they're basically identical, guys. The only difference I see is that Well, no, if I hold it that way. Yeah, it's the same kit. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it. Here's the heads for the engine. I don't remember what size engine it was. It came with it, either 396, 427, something like that. Here's the bracket for the flip tilt part. That's this piece right here. Pretty neat. And here's the chassis and floorboards for the interior. It even says, there it is. That's funny. It says Revell Monogram LLC 1977 right there. Pretty cool. I don't know if Revell Monogram were together back in 77 because it was a Monogram kit that came out, but I don't know when they merged together. There's firewall. Well, I think it goes, I don't know which way it goes. I think it goes that way. That's pretty cool. Engine block halves. The exhaust. Maybe a coil spring. And here's the other one here. Drive shaft. Engine plate. Because their engine doesn't have standard kind of engine mounts. So they have this plate that goes on the front of the engine. That's a water pump and timing chain cover right there. So that's that. Here's the back seat. And the front bucket seats, which are very nice. And then the backs of the bucket seats are here. And yes, it does have the snorkel hood. There it is right there. There's the bottom. And right here's the top part of it. And it's a little piece that tucks underneath it. Dual carburetor manifold, intake manifold. Dual carbs right here. They're upside down. Little halves of the transmission. A fan with the alternator built in, it looks like. That's different. There's a rear end. Here's the other half of the rear end. Or another rear end. Wait a minute. Yeah, these are the same two parts. Different rear ends though. These are different designs. So I guess you can put two different rear ends in there. That's kind of cool. And now this one, this is well, it's got some scuff marks on it, but this is a different style hood scoop. It's decent looking, but I would definitely go with the snorkel one because that's my memories of it. More transmission pieces. I wonder if this if this tree was add-on to make this kit different, because here's two different seats also. That's pretty cool. Alright. And that's it for molded and white parts. Wow, there's really not much of that. Here are the tires. Tires are almost identical from what I remember of the old ones. I'm sure in my parts bin I've got the originals of those too. No branding on them. Okay tread, not the greatest, but they're okay. And then last but not least, we have the chrome pieces. One small tree of chrome. That's your front and rear bumpers. I definitely have those in my parts bin also from the original kits. There's the front suspension. Axles and knuckles and that. Transmission bell housing. The wheels look like old style center line wheels. These are the fronts and these are the rears. Rear end cover, shifter, alternator, two little stacks for the carbs, and we have chrome carburetors here. And big old valve covers that say I can't make out exactly 427 it says. 427 SS it says on the valve covers. So that's pretty neat. And then this is the ladder traction bars and part of the rear end suspension bracing. Alright. This is pretty cool. I'm very excited about this one. Definitely a lot of memories flooding back to me. And the instructions, they show you two different versions. I am definitely building this version. I don't know what color I'll do it in though. Oh, cool. Here's the decals. Now they kind of combine decals because I do not recall these being in the original kit that I had back in 77. But I do remember these types of decals. I'll have to see if I have any photos in that and kind of compare them to see if they're the same style. Radial TA, so you can put little white letter on your tires, so you can put those on there. So that's kind of cool. Rat 427. Some seat belts. Those are very nice. A couple little things there. I don't know what they are. I have to see in the instructions. So a decent decal sheet. I definitely like that. I'll put that aside. And then for the instructions, you know, what's funny is I most likely still have the original instructions from '77 in my box. I wonder how similar they are. I'll just look at that off camera, though. No big deal. Here's a little bit of a write-up on the car. Finally, some decent write-up. Definitely love that. Well, okay, it's this piece right here. Just this one paragraph. And these two are in different languages, but better than nothing. And here it says the famed 396 and tubular subframe supports multi-carb 427. So I don't know. A highly modified version. Okay. Alright guys, here we have the parts list. Color chart here to help you out if you want to build it like one of the box designs. Oh, it's not an intake manifold. This one's the intake plenum. Yes. Alright. The rest of the parts list. And here we start out putting the carburetor kit together. The carbs in the manifold. Yep. Good. Good. Yeah, I was able to identify all the pieces this time. That's funny. Don't have to look anything up. They're all right there. Pretty basic kit, but still very cool. There's a roll bar. Shifter. It says maybe trim details may be painted to match the photos on the box, so that's good to know. Well, that does go that way. Okay. Putting your wheels and tires together. This here was probably back in '77. I was 12, so this was the most difficult part of my build, is to get everything to line up square so that everything operated properly. Hopefully I'll have a better shot at it as an adult now. Alleged adult. Here we go. Putting that in. My very first car was a '66 Malibu, so this one has a special place in my heart. You know, the real car. Yeah, there's your snorkel and the other hood, scoop. I don't know what style that's called, but you've seen it. Yep, there's definitely the little clips that hold the pins, whatever, that hold the exhaust on. That's a cool design. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. I guess that's the box art also. That's very neat. And then page 12, putting the decals on the original style kit. Very nice. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to this build, guys. I want to thank you all so much for stopping by. I appreciate your time. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch you on the next one. Model Car Guy Rich out. Keep on modeling.